Predicting each NHL team's next retired number, this is part 3. For the Florida Panthers, I went with Sergei Bobrovsky. There's so many guys currently playing for Florida that you can choose from, whether it's Reinhart, Barkov, Ekblad, Tkachuk, or Bennett. But I do think Bobrovsky's going to be the next one to have his jersey number retired in Florida, due to the fact that I think he's going to be done playing hockey before the rest of them. And Bobrovsky's the only guy that appears on this list multiple times. And as for his tenure in Florida, didn't get off to the best start after signing that massive contract, but he's been outstanding over these past 3 seasons, where the Panthers have made 3 straight Stanley Cup final appearances and just won back-to-back Stanley Cups. And a huge reason why was the play of Sergei Bobrovsky. For the LA Kings, I went with Jonathan Quick. Quick's one of the best American-born goalies in NHL history. He's also the all-time leader in wins for the Kings, and it ain't close. He was also the starter for the Kings' 2 Stanley Cup wins in 2012 and 2014, and Quick captured the Conn Smythe Trophy when the Kings won the Cup in 2012. For the Minnesota Wild, I went with Kirill Kaprizov. The Wild have retired 1 player number. It was for Mikko Koivu. They also retired a number for the fans. I think the next guy to join Koivu and the fans in the rafters is going to be Kaprizov. I just don't think anyone else that the Wild have had are worthy of having their numbers retired in Minnesota. Kirill's a fantastic winger. I thought he was going to win the Hart Trophy this past season until his injury. And if he stays in Minnesota for the majority of his career, I think he'll shatter every franchise record. For the Montreal Canadiens, I went with Carey Price. I get that Carey Price didn't win a Stanley Cup like many other all-time great Montreal Canadiens goalies did, but this is the part where I remind you that hockey's a team sport, and Price's Habs teams weren't exactly loaded with future Hall of Famers. In fact, for a while there, Carey Price was the Montreal Canadiens. He carried them to a Stanley Cup final appearance in 2021 and won a Vezina and a Hart Trophy as a Montreal Canadian in 2015. For the Nashville Predators, I went with Shea Weber. Weber spent the majority of his Hockey Hall of Fame career as a member of the Nashville Predators, where he was the ultimate leader, battling at both ends of the ice, and was one of the top defensemen in the NHL in his prime, as he received NHL First Team All-Star nods twice as a member of the Preds. Like and follow for part 4.